Okay, yes, I may be a little bit older than some of you, but then I'm younger than some of you too. I can remember as a child, because I used to, as you probably have gathered, used to go to Countdown all the time, and I used to watch the show religiously because I was a vivid, active music lover. And I can remember dancing to this French version. And I had no idea what I was friggin' saying. Can you imagine if my parents knew what myself and my big sister was singing and dancing to around the house, talking about a transgender man or a man getting oral sex from another man and then being dumped for a girl? My parents would have been horrified. You got to think back, the 1970s. It was so innocent but so corrupt at the same time. And yes, Jimmy Savile, I think, has a big play with this, and Molly Meldrum. All these men that in some way are sexualising their position. And yeah, and look at this guy. He looks like Frankenstein, and he's a bit of a zombie, and he's got "fuck you" written on his t-shirt. This is the 70s. So this is very, very advanced for its time. And it's quite horrific to find out that the gentleman who wrote the song or created the song was a engineer for lots of music, like a Stevie Wonder one, lots of really famous songs, and he was an engineer on those songs. So it just goes to show that the outreach is massive, and I can't believe that I, as an innocent 7-year-old, was out singing a song in French, totally naive and innocently, about a boy getting oral sex or giving oral sex to an older man. And I thought it was the best song ever. And I can still remember going Jean Blanc pour moi. I can remember it. It's like it was yesterday in my mind. And now to see this, and then this is like the funky version. That guy's going, they're the two versions, the French and the English. And that guy's going, what the hell? You know, this is my song. I'm the zombie guy. And yeah, and I can just remember the guy in the French just jumping around like a pogo stick. And you think of the connotations of a pogo stick. Up and down. You know, you see lots of stories about men that like a certain children, place them, jump them up and down, bounce them around on their laps. Pogo sticks, yes. Yeah, so this is really, really quite embarrassing, actually. And I'm talking over the top of all this because I can't believe, as an innocent 7 or 8-year-old, I was friggin' dancing to this shit. And I was so proud of myself that I knew the words. And when you think of it in English, I'm going to penetrate and make you be a girl. And then this one, he goes, oh, 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 oh. And the French version, he goes, woo, which makes it sound so much more nicer and more innocent. And there's Jimmy Savile. There he is, Mr. Savile on the left there. And then you've got Elon Musk underneath, and that's just... But anyway, this is just unbelievable. And it got to number 2 here in Australia. Can you friggin' believe it? Number 2. So everybody in Australia back in the 70s was singing songs, listening to cars, bopping along to oral sex with pedophilia. Wow. And we as a nation just loved it. We sucked it on up. But anyway, very embarrassing, and I'm embarrassed to be talking about this. And I've gone through a whole heap. I went and got a whole heap of CDs of music that I used to listen to, and I found one that was Paul Young, and he had that beautiful song, Wherever I Lay My Hat. And I went and bought the album, got it on CD, got it for like $2.99, really cheap. And there's some song in there where he is talking about sex, and then you've got, you know, childhood sex or adolescent sex. And then you also have Adam and the Ants. And he has one about sex, and he's going, you may not like it, but you will. You know, and this is all the early 70s to the early 80s music. Very vulnerable children are listening and saying these words. Now, unfortunately, the language is a lot more vulgar and a bit more explicit. But it's the dress that the kids wear now. And look at this, the kids are dancing. These are kids. These are children. And they're dancing to this song where he's going, woo, he gave me head, he gave me head, he gave me head. It's about oral sex, illicit sex between an elderly man and a 15-year-old. So pedophilia. And look at them all, they're bopping away to it, and they've got no idea. And there he is, he's doing the pogo stick thing. But anyway, I will play it the second time without me rambling through all of it. But there was just so much to say because I'm embarrassed, I'm a bit ashamed, And I can't believe that we, again, are so brainwashed and naive that we don't look, because it's in a different language and it looks so innocent because it's got kids. Look at the kids are having so much fun. Woohoo, look at them all. Look, he looks fantastic. Look at him. He looks pretty presentable. The other guy looked like a zombie, or he looked like Frankenstein. But, you know, and look, it's bright and it's cheerful and it's a kid show. Yeah, and that's how they get away with it. They trick you. They mock you. And this guy is, what can I say? He's saying, look at me, how much fun you can have. You sing my song and you can have so much fun with me. Come on my pogo stick with me. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is just embarrassing. Whew. My cat's walked away because he's like, I can't believe that you're listening to all of this. So I've had to play it many times in the English and the French just to make sure that my memory was right. I was, my younger son was actually playing a movie. I can't remember what movie. It might have been Wolf of Wall Street, I think it was. And the music, Jet Boy, Jet Girl came on, which is J'aime la Blois, is Jet Boy, Jet Girl. And I went, oh, that's got, it gave me a head. It's got about oral sex. And I'm like, I was going to tell my son, I thought, I've got to check it up and make sure that my memory's right. Before I say it, my son would go, oh, that's a load of bullshit, Mum. God, you're full of lies. God, you think everything's bad. You know, you've got such a sinister mind. You think everything's so bad. And I had to check it, and I was true. My memory is correct, unfortunately. And then one of my favourite bands, The Damned, they did Jet Boy, Jet Girl. I can remember even listening to that by them, but the words did not make any correlation in my mind. And there's that film clip I can remember dancing to in my lounge room before I go to school. And he's and he's talking all about illicit sex with children. Yeah, but anyway, I think I've said enough. And I'm going to go for a walk, clear my mind. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Go for a walk, I think. I need to get away from this because this is just too much for me. But anyway, look after yourselves, look after your family, and of course look after your dear darling animals, because without you, they're nothing, and you're nothing without them. So be kind, be generous, be nice, and don't j'aime moi. Don't do any of that, okay? Especially not with young children. God, now I'm saying things I shouldn't say. But anyway, Godspeed to all, Godspeed.
De s'envoyer sur paille à son lit, mais ruiné, vidé, comblé. You are the king of the divan, qu'elle me dit en passant. I am the king of the divan. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Allez hop, t'occupe, t'inquiète, touche pas ma planète. It's not today que le ciel me tombera sur la tête et que la colle me manquera. Ça plane pour moi. Allez hop, banana, c'est tiré, c'est barré, enfin c'est marre à tout casser. L'évier, le bar me laissant seul comme un grand connard. Le pied dans le plat. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Moi. Ça plane pour 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 moi.
Can you tell what's on my mind? She's with him, it drives me wild. I like to hit him on the head until he's dead. The sight of blood is such a high. Ooh. He gives me head. We made it on a ballroom blitz. I took his arm and kissed his lips. He looked at me with such a smile, my face turned red. We booked a room into the Ritz. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gives me head. Jet boy, jet girl, gonna take you round the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl. I know I'm only just 15. I like to kick, I like to scream. And even if I have a kick or two in bed, when I'm with him it's just a dream. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gives me head. Jet boy, jet girl, gonna take you around the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl. The other day, what a surprise, I saw him with some other guys. God, he was dressed up with a girl around his neck. I could have cried with both my eyes. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gave me head. I make it through, or if my brain is stuck on glue, and when the world tries to forget all that I said, I still remember you. Ooh, 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 ooh. You gave me head. Jet boy, jet girl, gonna take you around the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl. Jet boy, jet girl, gonna take you around the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl, 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 girl. What's on my mind? She's with him, it drives me wild. I like to hit him on the head until he's dead. The sight of blood is such a high. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gives me head. We made it on a ballroom blitz. I took his arm and kissed his lips. He looked at me with such a smile, my face turned red. We booked a room into the Ritz. Jet boy, jet girl, gonna take you around the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl. And though I'm only just 15, I like to kick, I like to scream. And even if I have a kick or two in bed, when I'm with him it's just a dream. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gives me head. Jet boy, jet girl, gonna take you around the world. Jet boy, I'm gonna make and penetrate. I'm gonna make you be a girl. Ooh, 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 ooh. Jet boy, jet girl. The other day, what a surprise, I saw him with some other guys. God, he was dressed up with a girl around his neck. I could have cried with both my eyes. Ooh, 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 ooh. He gave me head. And if or when I make it through, or if my brain is stuck on glue, and when the world tries to forget all that I said, I still remember you. Ooh, 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 ooh. You gave
bit of parody. Boo hoo hoo. It didn't make it to number 1 in Australia, only made it to number 2. Ha ha.